series of the second round here on the alternate stream. Both teams believe they should be the one going to 1-1, and there's only one way we can find out. Let's get into it. Game one of our best of 5.
Bump doesn't make contact, but TSM better watch out.
I like the way this one's starting. Okay, maybe I don't. I like that for TSM. That's a great initial shot and goal, but a bit confused as Twisted Minds, nobody back.
That's interesting. Over there in Nina, but TSM can play ball too.
One thing they'll probably be adjusted to is pre-jump after pre-jump after pre-jump after pre-jump. Oh, they're not adjusted to this, though. Nupo, my goodness, what a way to open up the scoreline.
Nothing new about this guy. Another day at the office collecting paychecks. Atomic can do to set that all up as he feeds that ball over to Nupo, dodges that challenge. Challenge number 2 whiffs, and it's an open net mostly.
All right, so chaos is going to continue here on the alternate stream as we get into this series, because goodness me, Super Lucky, I don't blame you for staying flat-footed here, but you gotta get a challenge in it already. 2 goals in just about a minute's time. TSM, you gotta respond. Drop down pass. That's a great way to respond.
Twisted Minds are like air dribbling, just like invisibility cloak, doing like the most mechanical thing. And it's just a simple pass. Kaka to Super Lucky, slot into the top club, and so they have.
They've done a great job so far, really just kind of picking the pocket every time. Twisted Minds overplay their hand. Another great example. Again, Twisted Minds push so far forward, and rather than take a shot here, Super Lucky goes, hey, how about a back pass?
Such a nice low 50 from Tem. Can lead things off with confidence. But now Nupo, if he can have space and time on the ball, or maybe just flip it in like that, Rise on a play!
All right, so we have found ourselves a shootout here between the two teams. 3 goals, and we're not even at halftime yet, and it's plays like that that are becoming the standard. Not quite yet. Amphis out of midfield, though, at least contain it and keep the offense going. Or not! Atomic, a perfect 50 out of midfield. You can see it in his caster cam, or in his player cam as well. He's just kind of like, I didn't think that would work out.
Wow. Kind of was losing the ball, and then it turned into a dunk. All things.
Super Lucky's trying for something, but just no success, and instead Kaka just has to clear this one all the way out to midfield, and it's not going to benefit his team. It's actually going to cause a problem as Rise finds an awkward defense and shoots directly on target.
It's going to cause a problem when you don't know if it's going to be a pass or a shot on target. There's 2 players colliding into it for Twisted.
Not even getting an opportunity to break out of their half.
I'd say Twisted Minds are more known for their mechanics, but look what Amphis can do under pressure, under fire, and sticking his opponent 6 feet under. It's TSM that keep themselves within 1.
Oh, the Legacy man does it again. It's good to see Amphis.
So good at just redirecting this immediately before TSM can move downfield, and this just slips by. Twisted Minds are too fast. They're too good.
All right, Nupo, I see you. That's a goal steal of all goal steals, but it's all right. A goal's a goal, a game's a game. And to be honest, with definitely shaky on both ends as we almost get even an 11th goal.
I just want to see how many saves. Did we get saves? Like, it's just 10 goals. Are you serious? But hey, at Twisted Minds, we're super serial about this. It was expected. So the saves are finally coming out. I'm not expecting a 10 goal total out of this unless it finds its way to Nupo. He's fist pumping before it's even done. The hat trick Nupo begins things hot for Twisted Minds again.
Maybe I was wrong in asking TSM to get a little bit more aggressive.
Ooh, Kaka was also trying to over bump that offensive member and almost wasn't in the net. And guess who isn't? Nobody from TSM. Twisted Minds are at it again.
Oh boy, TSM, things going from bad to worse here. You might have scored 4 goals in the first game, but it doesn't matter if you're letting series if they keep playing like this.
I like that Kaka and the rest of friends of TSM are not going to let themselves get chased around, but they are going to let themselves get scored on. What is happening? A snowball is turning into an avalanche. The TSM are just drowning under this pressure of Twisted Minds.
That's what I'm saying, man. I get it. You don't necessarily need to. Halfway through this game, and it is still a 3-goal lead to Twisted Minds. How about 4?
What a slot. Beautiful, having time to be precise with it. TSM, the comms gotta be airtight because Twisted Minds are beating them to the ball a lot more often than
Most impressive part. It's not an individual like we saw from TSM in the first game where it was just Amphis just maybe not carrying but putting in all the work. It's been all three members. This time though we see multiple members of TSM stand up. This is a great play from both Kaka and Superlucky to finally get them on the board.
Kaka didn't get the greatest.
A little bit of a miscoordinated aerial, but it doesn't even matter. Rise turns it into a demo and Nupo's already there for backup and the goal.
You could already feel like Twisted Minds were starting to lay back, not physically, but metaphorically when they were up 4-1, not diving at every ball, kind of letting TSM in. Even as relaxed Twisted Minds were, they still were on offense with TSM having a chance to do something, and then you just let that pass sail by. I think TSM just got to think about the next game.
I'm just gonna let this one marinate, man, because what on earth is that? What, like, genuinely perfect pass.
That didn't work out, not getting high enough on the ball or just being too close to it, pitching it down and not converting those is gonna hurt. Not that it would, I think, make a big difference having those 2 extra goals. Twisted Minds are making TSM hemorrhage, and with how well Nupo and Rise are playing on the offensive front, TSM, I don't know what they could do now.
I'm a little bit lost for words because I think in the first game I talked about, again, they hesitated on plays. Twisted Minds took full advantage of that. And then we got into the second game and it kind of felt like, you know, oh, they're down though. So far, they've actually done a decent job at that. Usually we get a flurry of goals in the first minute. This one looking a little bit more... All right, I was going to say standard, and then Amphis does that. I don't really know if I've got much of an excuse for you, Amphis. I get that you just didn't predict how much boost you needed for this play, but yikes.
Because K-Corp is K-Corp. Now this is really spelling domination from Twisted Minds. And when it rains, it pours.
All right, let's get back to that goal per minute average as they've already scored 2 and it's been 30 seconds. I was wrong. I was so wrong.
Into a counterattack, like, you just gotta keep your head on a swivel when you watch Twisted Minds. And look at that, you gotta keep someone in the net too, because Nupo is always hunting.
You can keep a head on a swivel or keep a magnifying glass on Nupo, because you need to pay attention to this dude. All of Twisted Minds immediately sees the moment. Up high, Nupo not gonna miss the shot. The save is found, but the immediate follow-up from Rise to make it 4-0.
That's the Twisted offense that makes all the difference. It's not always the first shot, it's the follow-up. TSM haven't been able to
game ends because they scored 6 in the last 2. Twisted Minds will average over a goal per minute in this series. TSM will get one back, but I think at this point it's just talking about the accolades. Twisted Minds, take a bow. This has been ridiculous.
I like the team effort from TSM. The ground pinch into it, battering down this defense. They have not buried the hatchet, and it's Nupo getting a beat, a dunk, a few more dunks, and oh my god, he's clipping on ya!
This man said, I don't need another goal, but I'd like one just to prove how capable I am. What a recovery off the initial 50, and then just pinches it against the backboard and scored more than that in 2 of them.
It's less about any kind of Mina little brother, but Twisted Minds proving that there are 2 strong teams to try and bring home a trophy for Mina. And TSM struck on the backboard.
I mean, you can just tell how confident this team is playing when 2 of them are going for the same air dribble and still don't get punished. Now, okay, they'll get punished on that. And you can see the little smile from Atomic as he goes, all right, maybe I shouldn't have gone for the Psycho. Maybe this was a bad decision.
He's just such a charitable guy, such a special, but it needed to be done quicker, and Twisted Minds just outraced them at the end, and it will end in a sweep for Twisted Minds as they will go 1-1 in the standings.
And they're barely celebrating because they knew that this one was wrapped up probably about 10 minutes ago. That is 6-4, 6-2, 5-3. Those are the final score lines here for Twisted Mind, putting